Closed captioning for Hello ENC is brought to you by Hearing Life.
Up next, you don't have to worry about what's below the surface, but you do need to keep your eyes peeled for the treasures you can find on the beach.
Hello ENC.
Hey. Living, loving local.
Oh.
Hey.
Hi.
Lifestyle.
With your host, Meghan, and fashionista, Ciara.
Let's get a sound check. And now, Hello ENC.
Let's go.
Hey friends, welcome to Hello ENC. I'm your host, Meghan Mamlock. We have an awesome show coming your way today. We've got green living, shark teeth hunting, and chocolate ice cream. It'll be an adventure around the East you won't want to miss. June 7th is National Chocolate Ice Cream Day. See, are you a massive ice cream fan like me?
Girl, I am. One of my favorites is butter pecan.
What are your favorite go-to toppings?
So my favorite go-to toppings are sprinkles, like a little sprinkle here and there, some caramel, you know, I like to drizzle, just drizzle and just watch it drizzle.
So you say caramel, not caramel? Is that how you say the other?
I pronounce it caramel.
Caramel.
Yeah.
I definitely love caramel. I definitely love chocolate sauce, especially on chocolate, because it kind of chocolate on chocolate on chocolate is just like, I think it's one of the best. Well, let's get back into National Chocolate Ice Cream Day. I got some jokes for you. Are you ready to take a gander?
Of course, girl, let's go.
Perfect. So see, where do you learn to make a complicated ice cream dish?
Where do you go to make a complicated ice cream dish? I would say maybe Sunday school.
You would be correct.
I'm correct.
You are.
Woo!
Ding, ding, ding.
Yes.
All right, that was an easy one. Let's try this one. Why do ice cream cones make such good journalists?
Because they got that scoop, girl.
Yes, they got that scoop.
They got that scoop.
I absolutely love the great outdoors, and if you feel the same way, then you've come to the right place. I'm going to be doing just that all across the East while I hit different state park trails with a ranger as our guide to explain the unique features the trails have and how the trails support the education and wildlife and habitat conservation. So get set to get wet as we go off the beaten path to Barrier Island to unearth fossilized shark's teeth. What did the shark say after he ate a clownfish?
No clue.
It tasted funny.
And we aim to entertain you.
What's up, y'all? We have a special trailblazing for you today. We're on the hunt for shark's teeth with Pogies Fishing and Kayak Center, where we're setting sail for a trail off the beaten path. It is a beautiful day out here, and I'm here with Ethan, and what are we getting into today that we can sink our teeth into?
We're here at Shark Tooth Island. It's one of the 7 that we have in the area, and we'll be finding all sorts of shark teeth, where there are hopefully some great white teeth, definitely some mako teeth, some sand tiger teeth, and stuff like that.
So the currents and the tides are pretty important and regenerating
There's one right here.
things.
That's one of the redder ones. See it? Right at the tip of the finger. Get it?
Well, I was trying to let you get the... Is that a tooth?
That's
Oh, guys, look, we have all of these right here. Is that, no, that's not a tooth. Just kidding, we found 2, guys. We're gonna need a bigger boat as we discover more treasures.
So sand dollars, horseshoe crabs, whelks, alive whelks, and big rays is what we're looking for. Cannonballs.
Hey guys, look, it's one of the many marine life things that you can find on one of these excursions. How cool is this? It is a jellyfish.
Here's a fun fact.
Okay.
Been doing this for 8 years, and last week I got bit by one.
You got bit by a whelk?
I got bit by a whelk, and we called a marine biologist because when we first typed it into Google, the ones offshore are highly poisonous. These are not. It looks like a little arm that comes out of there.
So did you have to go to the ER?
No, I didn't have to go to ER. It wasn't that serious, but it was intimidating. So the biggest thing we do is we educate people on, one, they're not just some island sitting out here. They serve a purpose, whether it's helping protect the inland from the hurricanes, all sorts of habitat for marine life and marine waterfowl. But the big thing is just teaching people that they're more than just a random spot in the sand. You know, there's a big purpose to them. There it is. There we go. Pick it up. Underwater with the GoPro. Come on. Go. Bring it up. Bring it up. There you go. Very good.
Make sure to join us every Tuesday as we discover a new way to enjoy the great outdoors.
Get fashion forward with me, C. Join me on Fridays at 12:30 for the hottest styles and latest trends. Is zebra, snake, and cheetah?
Yeah.
Time to go try these on. Only on Hello ENC.
Coming up, for once, I can throw shade, and it won't get me in trouble. With plants, that is. Green Thumb is up next, where we ventured out to the Wilson Botanical Gardens to see what simple gardening we can do while staying out of the sun. Welcome back to Hello ENC. I'm Megan, your host, and this is Green Thumb. We're going to explore everything and anything from gardening and planting to flowers and herbs. And if you're a beginner like me who has trouble keeping her plant babies alive, well, this is the perfect way to learn how to garden like a pro. So let's get dirty, smell the flowers, and transform our living spaces. Today we're at the Wilson Botanical Garden in Wilson. Thank you for being with me, Cindy.
Thank you so much for having me and coming out today.
Thank you so much. So we're going to talk about shade gardening today. What types of plants are perfect for the month of June that are blooming right now?
Shade gardening is something we definitely want to do in the summertime when it's too hot to be in other places.
I'm so excited. It smells so fragrant here, which I know we're looking at ferns, which don't really have much of a scent, but how do ferns kind of help someone's garden, or how do they kind of help with curb appeal?
Right, so you can see here that we have actually lots of different ferns. So we have an asparagus fern with very fine foliage, painted ferns that have variegated foliage. And while they don't have flowers, just the foliage color and different textures is really inviting, especially in shade gardens where it's a little darker, so you can also see the different shades of green. And if you have them so close like we do here, I'm sure like ground nesting birds and things like that would love to make that a little home. Something that has really changed in my 26 years of being here is used to when people would call me, they would say, well, what can I spray for this?
Yeah.
Now it's more like, you know, how can I get rid of this instead of spraying, like hand removal or things like that. So we really do try to have a natural approach. It can't always be that way, but we try to be the best stewards of our environment than we can.
Get your adrenaline pumping with Get After It on Hello ENC. From burning rubber in stock cars to extreme axe-sighting hatchet throwing, weekdays at 12:30 on Eastern North Carolina CW. So in honor of going green, our producer Bryce is surprising C and I with some prickly pickle products, which I'm not the biggest pickle fan. What about you?
I'm not a pickle fan either.
I mean, I like salt, but the texture of pickles are kind of really not my thing.
Yeah, pickles aren't really my thing.
All right, this is our first pickle product.
OMG.
Ready?
Are you ready?
Let's cheers.
Cheers to our pickles.
I
I definitely
this.
taste some pickle season.
Oh, it gets you after it goes down your esophagus. I would say I'm gonna give it like a 7.
A 7?
Yeah.
I give it a 9.
Okay.
It's not bad.
So it's an 8. So pickle product number 2, sunflower seeds. Fun fact, I've never had sunflower seeds before, so
Really?
I don't know how to go about eating them.
I grew up with sunflower seeds,
So
and they're very simple to
what's
eat.
the trick? Do you just bite it and then you just eat what's inside?
You put them in your mouth,
Okay.
and then you crack it.
Okay.
Like that. Okay, so put the seeds on a plate,
Okay.
and then you eat the seed.
What are
I
your
like
thoughts
it.
on it?
I like it.
Would you have it again?
I would have it again.
I wouldn't, just because it's a little too messy for me. I know, I'm sorry, guys. I think our third product is pickled cotton candy. So I love cotton candy. I love how
Me
it melts in
too.
your mouth. But this will be interesting to see.
This would be interesting.
The flavor profile of this. So let's
see.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Are you gonna do the whole thing? Or just a bite? I'm gonna do the whole thing. I'm taking
Cotton candy.
I'm just like an expo marker.
You're tasting a what?
It doesn't taste like pickle. It tastes like an expo marker.
Are you sharing something with us? A fun fact?
No,
Have
but
you ever tasted an expo marker?
no, but you know when? No, you know when you're like writing with an expo marker, like on
Yeah.
on a board and you smell it, it just like, I don't know.
What is that?
All right, so this is the fourth and last product, and our producer cut it for us off camera so that it would be easier for us to consume. Are you ready to figure out what this tastes like?
Yes, let's do it.
How pickly it is? Oh, I did the whole thing. That was a mistake.
It's pretty good.
It tastes like apple. I'm definitely getting the hint of dill.
Did you get like a lot of apple at once?
Well, thanks so much for tuning in to our weird taste test of pickle products. Make sure to come back every week to see what we might be getting up to next. Coming up today on Hello ENC, we'll catch up with the Greenville Parks and Rec Department to see what Sunday fun day activities they have for the summer. Hello ENC, weekdays at 12:30 on Eastern North Carolina CW. This is Hello ENC, and I'm your host, Meghan Mamlock. So the kids are out of school, and moms, you might be looking for some fun places to take the kids this June or some fun things to do. Well, Hello ENC has you covered. The Greenville Recreation and Parks Department is your guide to a fun-filled summer. And even if you don't live in Greenville, check with your local rec centers. I bet they'll have similar events and summer fun near you. Hey friends, welcome back to Hello ENC. I'm here at Town Commons with Patricia, the event marketing coordinator of Greenville Rec, and she has an event that will reduce your Sunday scaries. So Patricia, what is happening here?
So Town Common is the home base for Sunday in the Park. It is a Greenville tradition.
Okay.
In its 49th year.
That's amazing.
So people have been coming to Sunday in the Park since it was in another park in its early days.
So when does it officially start?
So it begins the first Sunday in June and runs through the first Sunday in August.
Perfect.
So our upcoming show is all for the rock and roll fans.
Oh.
We have a great group, Afraid Not, coming out of Washington. And they're going to bring the 70s rock and roll vibe here to Town Common. Then we're going to skip a Sunday and come back at the end of June with a real town favorite called the Monitors.
Oh, something to look forward to.
Yeah, the shows, are, like I said, are free. You can bring your picnic. There'll be food trucks available. And we're starting this year at 6:30, so we'll have a 2-hour time frame for live music. So this stage is actually remembered in honor of Stuart Aronson, who brought it to Recreation and Parks. He came and said, we need some summer entertainment, and we've been doing it ever since.
I love it. And so for people coming, so you mentioned there's going to be food trucks. It starts at 6:30. Is there anything else people should know about? Can they bring their pets?
You can bring your pets to Sunday in the Park as long as they're on a leash. Come on down, bring the whole family.
Get fashion forward with me, C, only on Hello ENC.
Welcome back to Green Thumb, where we explore everything and anything plants, flowers, and gardening. Today we're at the Wilson Botanical Garden in Wilson. What types of plants are perfect for the month of June that are blooming right now?
This one I'm really excited about. This is a variegated Solomon seal, and it is just gorgeous. Another one of those plants that will just brighten up maybe a dark shaded spot in your garden.
It's so pretty. It looks like it's painted.
Yes, and it just expands like the ferns. They just sort of get bigger each year, a little bit wider, but they're not real aggressive. They're not going to take over the world like an invasive plant.
This guy's also super green.
Yes, so we have lots of hostas, and this one is just a pure green, maybe a light green, maybe a little more chartreuse. Probably if it got a little more sun, it might get a little more yellow.
And I gotta ask, for shade gardening, do a lot of these plants, are they pretty minimalistic? Do they need a lot of tending to? Do they need a lot of watering?
I think as long as you have moist shade, I think that's the key for our summer shade gardens.
So we've done all the green plants. I want to see some color now, which we have some that are coming right up as we walk along this path.
These pink flowers are a late blooming azalea.
So will these be really good for pollinators and maybe hummingbirds?
They like a little more of a tubular flower and a little more in the summertime. So salvias and things like that are really great for the hummingbird.
What would you recommend for June that people should maybe start planting, or things that will be blooming that people can really, get excited about?
Yeah, so I encourage people to come to our shade gardening talk on June 20th, which will be at 3 p.m. here at the Wilson Botanical Gardens. And our master gardener who is doing that presentation will talk about a lot of different plants, but definitely when you choose shade plants, you want to think about all the seasons.
Thanks so much for educating us about shade gardening. I hope it helps people at home maybe start their own. But make sure to watch Green Thumb every Tuesday on Hello ENC to get to the root of gardening and be one day closer with Mother Nature.
Coming up on Hello ENC, we'll be talking about inflation, cost of inputs, and how that affects the farmers and you at home.
Tom Cruise makes box office history and breaks his own record. That's coming up.
On Eastern Soil with Emily is sponsored by the following.
If you've been to the grocery store and you've noticed that your produce cost has increased, it's also increased for the farmer. Inflation is on the rise. We're here with Brooks Barnes on his farm to discuss inflation and what that means for the consumer and for the farmer. So tell us what you're growing on your farm and how your cost of production has increased.
We grow about 3,000 acres of corn, wheat, and soybeans. We also grow tobacco and sweet potatoes. The grocery store costs have gone up, and everything that we use on this farm, from our diesel fuel to our labor to our fertilizer, from our chemicals to our seed, everything we use on this farm is just skyrocketed in price.
So tell me the difference in cost for production to just run this tractor from last year.
We fill this machine up 7 to 8 times per day. Per fill up with the chemicals is somewhere in the $500 to $600 range. If I fill up 8 times a day and it's 600, that's $4,800 more a day, and I'm burning at least $200 more a gallon of diesel fuel per day than I did last year. So probably $5,000 a day.
It's important, for consumers to understand that, you're also a consumer.
Absolutely. Be sure to tune in next week on Eastern Soil with Emily.
Join me next week, just like Brooks said, for anything and everything agriculture in the East.
On Eastern Soil with Emily is sponsored by Stewart Equipment, North Carolina Farm Bureau, North Carolina Farm Families, and Hearns Fine Jewelry.
Yep, after 40 years in Hollywood, Tom's Top Gun Maverick lands him the biggest opening weekend of his career.
All right, here we go.
$160.5 million in just 4 days. The high-flying sequel set the record for the biggest Memorial Day weekend opening ever, beating 2007's Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. And here's a stat that might surprise you. Maverick is Tom's first movie to break $100 million domestically on opening weekend.
We want some! We want some! Maverick, the ultimate aviator, you, sir, are the ultimate actor. Where did this passion of yours first begin for what you do?
When I was a little kid, I wanted to make movies. I remember being 4 years old, literally, and the moment that I wanted to make films and I wanted to fly.
E.T. was with Tom when he discovered his need for speed back in 1985 on set of the original Top Gun.
Who didn't grow up wanting to fly an F-14? It's very easy falling into the role.
I am dangerous.
I feel it's some of my best work.
Tom called it. Top Gun would become the highest-grossing film of 1986, earning over $350 million worldwide.
There is a lot of Yellowstone news to update you on, so let's start with some Season 5 scoop straight from the Duttons themselves.
The problem is, how do we top it every year, right? And just when I think Beth might be trying to, maybe mellow down a bit, she's a married woman, that's not happening. The fierceness is legitimately ramping up.
Put the knife down, honey. She's like that toy that has sand in the bottom. She will come right back up and start again. It's hard to make sense of her, except I can.
Love you, Daddy.
So being married hasn't changed Beth, but here's what else we know. Season 5 premieres November 13th on the Paramount Network, and co-creator Taylor Sheridan has another Yellowstone prequel in production for Paramount Plus. 1932 will star Helen Mirren and Harrison Ford.
These are acting heroes of mine.
You go to the top of the heap.
It follows Tim McGraw and Faith Hill's 1883, so could the country power couple appear in flashbacks?
I don't know. I think we'd like Margaret and James to sort of live in that atmosphere that they created for 1883.
Okay, so a no on that, but maybe they will show up in the new 1883 spinoff. David Oyelowo is set to star in 1883, the Bass Reeves story about the slave-turned-legendary U.S. Marshal.
Not only is he a historical figure, but he's kind of a superhero, really, hence the Lone Ranger supposedly being based on him.
And of course, we'll have so much more in the next Entertainment Tonight. I'm Kevin Frazier.
Coming up this week on Hello ENC, if your cup of coffee is starting to feel a little bland or boring, we have a coffee beverage that is sure to put some pep in your step. And we'll get you inspired to try out a musical instrument as C test drives the guitar on this week's C Sharp. Make sure to join Hello ENC every weekday at 12:30 to be in the know of everything that is livin', lovin' local in the East. See ya!
Get fashion forward with me, C. Join me on Fridays at 12:30 for the hottest styles and latest trends. Is zebra, snake, and cheetah? Yeah. Time to go try these on. Only on Hello ENC.
Hello ENC, weekdays at 12:30 on Eastern North Carolina CW.
Closed captioning for Hello ENC is brought to you by Hearing Live.